The KwaZulu-Natal government is hosting an Indaba on the south coast near Margate and the Ugu district. This is part of the province's Tourism MEC Siboniso Duma's first 100 days in office. That's where we find Ahmed Kajee. He's in Durban and he joins us now to talk us through what it is that we're seeing and hearing at this hour at least. Morning, Ahmed.
Good morning. Thanks very much, Dudu. We are just on the south coast of KwaZulu-Natal, outside the Margate and Port Shepstone area. And what we have seen so far this morning is the various activations here at the Sports and Recreation Centre, as well as activations starting out at the Margate Airport as well. That was opened up earlier this morning. Now, tourism into the province is expected to spike, especially after the last 2 years of difficulties that the province had faced due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And then we also had seen the floods taking a severe impact on this specific province as well. So we obviously will be seeing an increase coming through over the next month or 6 weeks or so, coming into the province as well. But seeing as though it is the 100 days of the MEC's tenure into the office, let's bring him into the discussion. MEC Siboniso Duma. MEC, thanks very much for your time today. I mean, can you maybe just take us through first, initially, what we can expect over today's activations, various stakeholders from the tourism sector coming through?
Thank you so much, Ahmed. Good morning, and good morning to your viewers at home. Indeed, it has been a great day. Thank you for gracing our shores of coming to KwaZulu-Natal as a province. I'm sure you are aware that the rain symbolizes peace. Rain symbolizes that there's going to be a nice yield. So I think we are starting on a nice foundation. We hope that this day is going to gel and give us some good entice for the future of our province. We have suffered through COVID-19, as you know, even the global village, the issue of flood, the issue of July unrest. So we're just here to turn the corner, just transform, make sure that our people benefit out of the proceed of government. Also make sure that you create a conducive environment for business to continue to thrive. KZN is boast of Drakensberg Mountain, of the safaris that is found in Hluhlu, where is Mangaliso wetlands, and we've got nice beaches, as you might know, in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. We've got almost 900 kilometers of the coastline, which has not been utilized to the maximum capacity.
I think a big part of what we have seen now is your 100 days in office. Can you maybe just encapsulate what you have seen and what you're expecting over the next 100 days and perhaps beyond that as well?
We've managed to go and launch the project with the Premier and the President of SAPI, Psycho and Hesto Harness, which are catalytic projects to the value of 10 billion combined. It means that they have created some employment on those scopes. We've managed to go and open Umkhuze, which is going to attract the tourists in the north coast of KwaZulu-Natal, because you know, Dube Trade Port and King Shaka is the electropolis city that must also yield the fruit to other nodes like Umkhuze Airport, Margate Airport, Olundi Airport, Newcastle Airport, then Pietermaritzburg. So together they must just work as a center that must complement each other. So I think launching these 100 days must also be a symbolic gesture in ensuring that since 2019 people suffered. How can you address some imbalances? The issue of unemployment in this district, we want to address it by creating new means in terms of agriculture, which is why the MEC Agriculture is accompanying us today, because from the soil, we just want to take the proceed straight to the market through bulk buying. So we want to create the value chain that our people must be involved in the entire value chain. That is how we're going to ensure that those who are regarded as have not are also playing the role in the issue of economy. We are going to utilize the strength of Italia as a bank. People must go and open the account with Italia. People must go and to meet the issue of growth fund. Growth fund can give you money from 20 million up to 100 million. Then you buy an equity from existing companies. Then you expand the scope. Then the skills transfer is going to come in that format.
I mean, one would expect, given the December holiday period coming up, what would your message then be to South Africans coming into the province after the July unrest, with infrastructure also concerns, and your beaches obviously reopening come next week?
We've been declared as a very conducive province in a form of Indaba. ICC, in particular, that conference center, has been holding a lot of conferences to the fruit of ensuring that our people benefit in terms of attracting tourists. At eThekwini beaches, I'm sure you are aware that there were some problems. We have managed as ETIA, the department, we have worked closely and broadly with eThekwini municipality. Almost all the beaches will be opened on the 1st of December. So we'll be starting to open already in Konyeni. All the 7 status blue flag status has been consistently being implemented to the T. So it means people can go to the north, Kosi Bay, can go to the south at Konyeni, can also go to Durban. Durban is still attracting people, and in terms of investment, we want to attract more investors because there is investor confidence around the eThekwini. 2 months ago, we went to Turkey. In the World Angels Conference, they gave us a certificate that we are still a city which boasts some strategic movement in enticing our investors. So we are comfortable that people will come and flock in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. The issue of raw sewage that you've seen in videos have been addressed. So when we are launching these things, we've been visiting those areas, and we can just tell them that come to KwaZulu-Natal. We've got nice track and spec areas if you want the bag. Then if you want the ocean, we've got our areas ready for you.
MEC, just finally, I'm trying to be cognizant of time. How important is an event such as this one for the economy of KwaZulu-Natal?
This event, we want to unpack and make sure that we are an accessible government. We are a responsive government. This is why it's taken straight to the people. If you're going to go toward the hold, you'll see almost different stakeholders because we've invited the specialists when it comes to environment. The issue of global warming is the real. We've invited specialists when it comes to the issue of agriculture. The MEC is here. We've invited Prof. Ramakhoba, who's going to give us what is the value of catalytic project that can come to the province of Shore of KwaZulu-Natal. We've also invited Prof. Lwazi Lushaba, who deals strategic with the development and the anthropology of people. How do we make sure that local people, the normal civilian on the ground, can just benefit out of the government economic outlook?
MEC, thanks very much for your time today. It's greatly appreciated. I'm sure it will be a massive success going forward. That's MEC Siboniso Duma from the Tourism and Economic Growth Office coming through here at in south of KwaZulu-Natal, just taking us through exactly what this 100-day in office in Indaba will be looking at. We have seen various stakeholders within the tourism and hospitality sector present here at the Ugu Conference and Sports Recreation Facility. What we are going to be expecting is various stakeholders in the form of the Sharks Board, the Ezemvelo Nature Reserve, and in terms of many people just coming through to see what that economic growth and those specific economic opportunities will be for various stakeholders as well. So just speaking to the economic growth within the province as well. And to do also considering that December is a massive month for KwaZulu-Natal's tourism and the GDP coming into the province as well. Unfortunately, in December of 2020, there was the COVID-19 pandemic. We had thought that last December we would have seen an increase in tourism coming into the province, but due to the Omicron variant of coronavirus, unfortunately, that wasn't possible as there was that travel ban, at least from an international level as well. So with COVID-19 still at a peak, unfortunately, last December wasn't possible when it came through to those particular travel arrangements. So coming into this particular year, that has been an increase in travel, and those tourist attractions are still exceptionally available, and will be seeing an increase of those. Speaking specifically towards the likes of the Ushaka Marine World, North Beach is expected to be open, as we heard at the MEC speaking, coming through by next week, the first week of December. That's when that will be open. In terms of the north of KwaZulu-Natal, the areas around Mhlanga, around Floti, those have also been reopened as well. We've seen the major concerns regarding the sewage infrastructure collapsing due to the July, with regards to the April floods, unfortunately, with that being repaired by local government. This means that the local beaches can be reopened as well. In terms of sports facilities, there is obviously the break from the Premier Soccer League due to the World Cup, but the Moses Mabhida Stadium is also open for many people who would like to come through the Suncoast Casino as well, for those who would like to perhaps experience that particular lifestyle as well. So the attractions in and around the KwaZulu-Natal province have been massive coming through with those opportunities, especially over the last 2.5 to 3 years as well. So just going through what we will be expecting is various engagements from different stakeholders in the province around tourism to come through, engaging with the MEC, to engage with government, and to ensure that those private and public partnerships continue going forward. It
sounds like holiday makers are spoiled for choice. Ahmed, Kajee, thank you very much for that comprehensive update.